Hey everybody, James Yeager with Tactical Response. Please forgive me for having a speech impediment. I have some numbness in my tongue. My doctors are working through it. So I want to talk to you about this. A lot of people make sacrifices for more ammo. They buy aftermarket magazines that prove to be unreliable, and they do things based on what they think is going on in the world. And they watch movies are not training. They watch all these great movies where people constantly run out of ammo. Every single movie, the good guy and the bad guy, click, click, knowing that the guns don't make a click sound. And then they start thinking they need more ammo, more ammo. You don't need more ammo. What you need is another magazine. We don't carry a spare magazine because we need more ammo. We carry a magazine a spare magazine because the mag is the most fragile part of the gun. It is the part that is most likely to fail on us. So we don't carry a spare magazine for more ammo. We carry it to fix our gun. Yeah, if you have training, you understand this. The problem is most people don't have training, and they base their decisions on movies, which is a horrible idea. Worst students I ever have been in one gunfight. If you've been in 0 gunfights and you show up for a class, I can teach you stuff. If you've been in 2 or more gunfights, you show up for a class, I can teach you stuff. But people that have been in one gunfight are the worst students because they think that anything that wouldn't have been optimum for that gunfight, they don't even want to learn it. They think they're just going to get to do that gunfight again. It doesn't work that way. So experience is not always the best teacher. The NYPD SOP 9, Standard Operating Procedure Number 9, is a thorough debrief of all officer-involved shootings. This is where you get the statistic. Average gunfight has 3.5 rounds or whatever. Nonsense. That came from the NYPD SOP 9, but that was every officer-involved shooting. That including shooting a dog, a suicide, accidental discharge in the locker room, all of them. When they cleaned up the statistics to just be gunfights, there's basically 2 different eras: revolver era and the semi-auto era. Now, in the revolver era, what they found is that in the average gunfight, the cops were firing 6 rounds. 6 rounds. So after 6 rounds, one of three things had happened. The cop was dead, or the bad guy was dead, or the bad guy ran away. That was kind of how it went. Now, I know I'm painting a broad picture here, but bear with me. They switched to semi-autos, the most popular of which is the Glock 19 that holds 15 plus 1 rounds. This is a trick question. I'm going to ask you to say your answer out loud. I can't hear you, but say your answer out loud. How many rounds are fired in the average gunfight in New York after the semi-auto is issued? Okay, if you said 15 or 16, you're wrong. 8 is the number. Now, we're talking about hundreds of gunfights, thousands of rounds expended a year. Thousands of rounds expended by the police a year in gunfights. This is over time, but each year it's thousands of rounds. Each year might ebb and flow of how many, but there you go. So, 8 rounds. After 8, the cop's dead, or the bad guy's dead, or the bad guy ran away. So here's what I'm telling you. If your gun holds at least 8 rounds, there is a low probability that you will have to do a mid-gunfight reload. Now, I'm not telling you to carry 8 rounds and that's it, or if you have an 8-round gun, don't have to worry about anything. I'm never telling you that it will be 9 rounds. I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that during the fight, this is for police. I'm talking to you guys as civilians, as non-police, police to civilians, non-police. You have a way less probability of firing that many rounds in a confrontation because the cop is supposed to close with and arrest this person. You are supposed to be not closing with or arresting the person. And so if we look at that 8 rounds, I'm telling you right now, if you have a gun that holds 8 rounds and a spare magazine, you're probably going to be just fine. Probably going to be just fine. Now, the reason what brought all this around is the horrible reputation that the shield mags are getting in the Glock 48s and 43s. People want to argue with me about it. Go look at the videos that I put up, and the hundreds of people said, you're right, I had some, they're shit. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. The shield guys always say, well, I want proof. Well, I said they malfunction in our classes, so you're calling me a liar. So even if I showed them a video of the gun actually malfunctioning in slow motion, they wouldn't believe it. So I don't care about those guys. I care about you guys that are depending your life on aftermarket junk. You don't need more ammo. You need more training. Now, you're saying, oh, I'm not telling you to come train with me. Go train with anybody. There's a bunch of good trainers. Many of them, you can see my reviews of them on this channel. Plenty of good trainers. But the more skilled you are as a shooter and tactician, the less ammo you need. If you're good, you only need 1 round, right? So quit basing your thoughts on what you need around your gear. It is mindset, tactics, skill. What's last? Gear. Mindset's the most important. And a lot of people lack that. But this has to make sense. This has to pass the smell test. Do not sacrifice reliability for more ammo. Do not sacrifice reliability for more ammo. It has to pass the smell test. It has to be logical. Now, some of you guys are going to say, and I'm not just talking about shield mag, I'm talking about any aftermarket junk like that. And the list goes on. Be careful. Like you're betting your life on these decisions. And I'm telling you, if it's a Glock 48, 10 rounds for sure beats 15 rounds maybe every single time. This is James Yeager for Tactical Response, reminding you that your responsibility to be ready for the fight never ends.